I'm originally from Zimbabwe. I came to the United States in about 2017. I originally came on a swimming scholarship. So I used to be a college athlete. Way back in the day, I used to play a couple sports, played soccer, hockey, cricket, but I decided about 2017 to come to the US on a swimming scholarship. Sports has been a big passion of mine. Actually, my younger brother, he actually went to the Paris Olympics for swimming. So obviously he's a little bit better than me at the sport. And I was able to actually go out there with my family to actually watch him compete. It was a really great experience. A couple things that I realized when it came to like how to see people become successful regardless of the sport, regardless of the industry, whether it's business, whether it's in athletics, was the importance of personal development, right? So there's kind of like three things that I like to hit on with regards to personal development. The first one is really, personal development is really important with regards to changing the way that you think, right? If you look at successful people and unsuccessful people, majority of it comes from the way that they think, right? How they think about situations, how they think about negative situations, right? Successful people typically look at negative situations and they're able to flip them into a positive. And typically unsuccessful people, they look at negative situations and they deem a negative outcome. So when it comes to personal development, things like reading books, listening to audiobooks, right? All those things, they are able to change the way that you think. And if you can change the way that you think, that will typically lead you to become successful, right? Another one is just mental toughness, right? For me, personal experiences, I actually lost my dad in about 2020. There was people who, after that situation, they were not able to actually recover, and they took a lot of time to actually get better, right? One thing, because I was listening to a lot of audiobooks and reading a lot of books with regards to personal development, was I was able to actually like take that negative situation that happened in my life. It was a very challenging time, but I was able to actually flip it into a lot of motivation to actually go and run my business and actually advance with my career. So with regards to personal development, if you understand that personal development helps you become mentally tougher, if you can read, focus on changing the way that you think, all of those aspects will actually help you long-term when challenging things happen in your life, because challenging things are bound to happen in your life, whether you're in a business, whether you're in a relationship with regards to marriage, there's going to be a challenging situation. But if you think about those challenging situations the right way, that's typically going to lead you to long-term success, regardless of the actual incident that's occurred, right? And then the last one is just you're able to lead more people through personal development, right? If you, there's a book by John Maxwell, it's called 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And in the book, he talks about this thing he calls the law of the lid. It's actually the first law that he actually talks about in the book. And in the law of the lid, basically what it means is that you're only able to lead people up to the amount of leadership capacity that you have. If your leadership capacity is at an 8, you can only lead 7s and below, right? And he also talks about how everything rises and falls on leadership, right? So if everything rises and falls on leadership's an important aspect. If you look at running a business, building a team, sports, political, whatever the case is, you need to be able to lead more people to be able to grow and progress, right? So your ability to personally grow yourself allows you to actually lead more people. So if you can increase your leadership capacity from a 5 to a 6, you're able to lead 5 and below. And if you can keep increasing your leadership capacity, let's say to a 10, then you can lead pretty much everyone. So those are just 3 important points that really help out with personal development.